Would definitely cause a disruption. It would, I mean, there would be a lot of people that wouldn't get to go where they want to go.
American pilot and union rep Brian Ellis among the hundreds of employees who's picketing at Sky Harbor's Terminal 4, with signs reading, "Ready to strike," a message they hope is heard at the negotiation table.
We're tired of the company slow rolling us, giving us promises that they're not upholding.
But a walkout from pilots is highly unlikely. Important to note, federal law prohibits airline unions from striking without approval from a U.S. mediation board, a rare step that has not happened in this case. Longtime American Airlines passengers told Arizona's family that they hope Americans' leadership ponies up some cash.
Airlines got plenty of federal aid. They should pass that down to the pilots.
American Airlines is under pressure to match or beat benefits from rival Delta, who gave their pilots a 34% raise over a 4-year deal. Local union rep Brian Ellis says this is not only about money, but work conditions.
My main concern, and I think I can speak for most of our pilots, is quality of life issues. You can throw money at a problem, you can give people a bunch of money, but if they don't get time off and don't get to spend time with their family and the time off that they were planned to have, it doesn't solve the problems.
Ellis says he and his fellow pilots are taking the brunt of the ongoing pilot shortage. In a statement from American Airlines, a spokesperson expressed confidence in negotiations and says this won't affect their flights. Quote, "The finish line is in sight," and quote, "We remain focused on completing the handful of matters necessary to reach an agreement our pilots deserve." A longtime American pilot hopes the two sides can come together.
We want it to work, but we just can't continue to be abused.
Well, the union representative I spoke to told me there is no deadline for these negotiations, but he says they are tired and they want a deal now. We will surely keep you updated here and on our AZ Family News app. In Phoenix, I'm David Coltabiano for Arizona's Family.
David, thanks. Yeah.